Hello, welcome to the turntable class with GB Audio. Today I'm looking at a dual CS-504, which has come in for a bit of a service, and we'll have a look at some of the features of this deck. It's the predecessor to the CS-505, which was a mass-produced, very popular deck. This has a lot of similar features that were followed through in the 505 and later. Let's have a look at this deck. The Perspex cover is a bit saggy. Let's have a look at the saggy Perspex lid not staying up. It should stay up normally, but this one's falling down. These are controlled by a spring system. There's these little rollers at the back. This little knurled wheel, if we roll that forward, and the one on this side, 3 rows forward, that's better. That's got more spring to it. Maybe a little more on that one. If your lid is too tight and doesn't come down easily, then you can slacken them off, but usually the springs go a bit saggy after a while, so that's better. Now that lid springs are adjusted correctly, we can take this off. It just slides out. I can put this aside and have a look at the deck. This one has come in with the transit screws correctly deployed in the up position, so the chassis is held firmly to get it into a normal playing state. We turn the screws clockwise until they lock down. Onto the chassis. Familiar setup, same as the other decks in this dual series. Let's have a wee closer look around. I've got the speed changer here, and the center part is the pitch control, stroboscopic edge on the platter, low mass straight tone arm with the original dual 242E cartridge. The up-down control there for the arm, and at the back here we've got the tracking weight adjuster, the anti-skate force adjuster, and the rear counterweight, which is suspended on rubber to isolate it. Down here we've got a little adjuster, this yellow bit, that adjusts the height that the arm lifts to. By turning it anti-clockwise you get a higher lift, and turning it clockwise you get a lower lift. That's something that may need to be adjusted if you put a different height of cartridge on. When it comes to the cartridge, what's noticeable here is you don't see any screws holding the cartridge in like on a regular Japanese deck. The reason for that is there's a special system. This finger lift, you swing it back, and then this sled comes out. TK235 is the part number of it, and there are the standard fitting bolts. As I say, this is the standard dual cartridge that comes with it, but it is can be changed for different cartridges. And this little keyhole slot at the end here is how it mounts onto the end of the tone arm. There's the original box for one of these, which I found in a drawer. So if you were needing to change it, if it were damaged or the wire's broken or something, you can get a new sled like this. This is a handy little device that dual supply with the deck and with the spare sled, and that is a little gauge for getting the cartridge lined up in the right position. So if we flick the stylus protector out the way and pop this into the gauge, that stylus should line up with the V notch of the gauge. That's pretty close. Could do with maybe going forward a millimetre or so. And for that we would just loosen the screws on the top and slide it forward a little bit. To reattach the cartridge to the head shell, we clip the sled on at the back and then lift the front up and bring the finger lift round, and that's it, located back on. If you found this tutorial helpful at all, please subscribe to our channel and leave a comment down below, and good luck with your own turntable.